Hello and welcome to UK Theme Parks. My name is Adam, and yes, finally we have the announcement from Thorpe Park. We've had a 7-day countdown. It might even be longer. It's been going on for so long now, and we can reveal that it's the year of the Walking Dead at Thorpe Park. Yes, we kind of already knew that. So what do we know now that we didn't know yesterday? Not a lot sadly. We were kind of hoping, certainly I was kind of hoping, that we were going to have full information on the 2018 lineup. You know, it is now the beginning of February, the park opens on the 23rd of March, it's not that far away. And whilst we do have some information, we don't have everything. But let's take you through all the confirmed items for Year of the Walking Dead, the announcement by the park, and what it means to you, the paying visitor, and what you can expect in the 2018. So the park started off by holding auditions for zombies. Yep, held auditions, and they held it at the top of the swarm as well. It's very unique. They've literally kind of attached them to the swarm. They've walked them up there, and they've held auditions up there. We'll put some pictures up so you can see right here of what they've done, and they've kind of had to audition 38 metres in the air or 130 odd foot, whichever it is. So it's very, very strange, but the events are going to be held obviously in conjunction with AMC's The Walking Dead. And there's no better way to announce it than to hoik all your auditions up a massive roller coaster, the biggest one they can obviously walk up in the park to do so. They've the park have said we'll read some of the the press release from it. So Divisional Director Dominic Jones said the Thorpe Park Resort is known for a thrilling day out. I don't know what it's known for anymore, but it's known for a thrilling day out. So it's no surprise that we're launching the Year of the Walking Dead by giving our scare actor hopefuls auditions at the height of one of our roller coasters. We want guests to be able to immerse themselves in each unmissable experience that we have offer throughout the 2018 season. And the better way to do this, and there's no better place, apparently, than the top of Swan to do so. So let's have a look at what they've announced. They have announced it is the Year of Walking Dead at Thorpe Park. We kind of already knew this. We knew what the safe zone meant. We knew it was going to be Walking Dead related. And this is what we have now confirmed. So, some of this information isn't new. We apologise it's not new, but this is what they've announced. We know already that they are going to open Thursday, Friday, Saturday late during the summer. And this looks like end of July to the first weekend in September. They will open till 10 p.m. So it's great news, because I have to say, when I read it on the website, I did worry, Alton Towers had done it before, that they might actually pull it back and they might cancel it. It is now part of the headline for this year. So summer late, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. We went to summer nights when it was on, it was dead. And that's no pun intended on the walking part, but it was dead, really quiet. So hopefully you'll be able to get some great rides, some great roller coasters, some real counting through the summer evenings. There will also be apocalypse weekends, selected weekends in May and June. Can't really tell you a lot about that, I'm afraid, because they haven't released a lot about that. There's going to be a zombie hunt for 6 weeks during the summer. Now, what we do know about the zombie hunt is that it won't be held on site. So, apparently it's in local surroundings. There are quite a lot of greens around there. We're not really sure what they sort of own in terms of where they could be doing this, but there'll be a zombie hunt for the 6 weeks of the summer holidays. Again, very little details are actually available on that, but that's what's going to be happening. We also have the Living Nightmare, which was the maze for Fright Nights. Now, we loved the Living Nightmare last year. The detail, the scene, the opening scene was incredible. If you like The Walking Dead, you'll really, really appreciate the opening scene, kind of what the actors went through and how they went to portray Negan and indeed Lucille through kind of the sketch which they did. The maze itself, again, easily the best detail Thorpe Park had ever done on a maze. So we were really, really pleased to see it. It was a little short. It did lack the scares. Now, we had heard it through the kind of, through various means that, AMC asked them to tone it down slightly, which is why it wasn't that scary, which is a real shame for Fright Nights. However, it is going to be the Living Nightmare Extreme, and this is only through May half term. So through May half term, the Living Nightmare, which you may have experienced last year, will be open, and it will be open as an extreme version. Now, we don't know whether or not it's going to be open as a freebie, or whether or not it's going to be a paid add-on. We're suspecting, as it was free during Fright Nights, that it will indeed be free throughout this May half term, as it's not on for long. But we will get that information for you as soon as we get it. And that's it. That's kind of all they've announced. We know that Fright Night's returned. They've made a big thing about Fright Night's returning on the 5th of October, slightly earlier than normal. It will feature The Walking Dead, would you believe, in the year of The Walking Dead. So we would expect the two mazes to come back. Whether or not it'll be an extreme version of the Living Nightmare, whether or not they'll shape it up slightly, they might even take the current season 8 into account and do it that way. Whether or not the other one as well, the Sanctum one, will be worth actually going in, is also something to kind of look at. But that will be back as well. Now, the headline act or the headliner is still to be announced. So when I say that, they've made the announcement, there's not a lot here that we kind of didn't already know or kind of expect from the park. We knew they were going to be opening late, Thursday, Friday, Saturday during the summer. We knew that they were possibly opening the Living Nightmare because they were doing auditions, or certainly one of the two mazes. We know that Saw Alive is opening as well for summer holidays, so it's very, very strange. I think where the park have got no new attractions so much for this year, that this is their way of kind of counteracting that. The Apocalypse weekends will be really interesting. We'll be expecting some probably free roaming actors to be going around, or certainly in certain areas of the park, because the park does still have family rides, and they've been focusing on the family a lot more over the last few years. So even for the divisional director to say it's a thrill park is so confusing. But we love The Walking Dead, so we're not going to push it. We're really not going to knock it this year. And the zombie hunt, I have to say, we're probably not going to go away from the park to do a zombie hunt. I don't really know how it's going to work on ticketing. I don't really know how it's going to work on cost for Merlin annual pass holders or anything like that, whether or not you'll have to pay for it. We just don't know. So the information's not there. Now, the headliners to be announced, we are still expecting to be X. We know the kind of works happening to X, and with the announcement that the Living Nightmare is reopening in this extreme version, we certainly don't feel that that's going to be the new sort of entrance at the front of X. The fact they've kind of announced it as it is, we are expecting now that X will be changed without any shadow of a doubt into a Walking Dead roller coaster, but it hasn't been announced. So on one hand, we have an announcement from the park, which we waited 7 to 10 days for, and we all counted down together. And on the other hand, we still have absolutely no idea what's going on. So 2018 Thorpe Park. We can tell you it's the year of the Walking Dead, the AMC Walking Dead. We can't tell you really what's going to be happening, but there are going to be some events throughout the year. Living Nightmare opening, Apocalypse weekends is definitely something that's going to be taking place inside the park. Late nights for summer, I don't really know how they're Walking Dead themed. It's going to be great though to get onto the roller coasters late at night. And massive respect to Thorpe Park for trying it once again. And of course Fright Nights, which we know is returning. Zombie Hunt will be outside the park. So inside the park, May bank holiday or May holiday area, half-term area is going to be the time you want to go and get the Living Nightmare Extreme if you are a Walking Dead fan. And at the same time, we'll have Apocalypse weekend, so we will probably visit on one of the weekend days during May, taking the Living Nightmare Extreme and taking the Apocalypse weekend all at once. And of course we'll be there for summer night, because who doesn't want to ride roller coasters late into the night? We're sorry we don't have any more information for you, because that's all that's been announced. But keep an eye on us, because as soon as we get it, you will get it as well. We are expecting the announcement on X. It has to be coming over the next sort of week or so, because the park need to really build this now for the 2018 season. We need to know what we're going to get. Kind of assuming they haven't done it yet, perhaps because they don't know where it is on schedule and whether or not it will be opening with the park on the 23rd of March, or whether or not they might hold it back a week or two and wait for the Easter holidays. But stay with us. We will of course have the latest information as always. My name's Adam, this has been UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.